Day 20 of my love series. You guys liked that I kept it short yesterday, so I'm going to try to do my best to do the same today. So let's start out sitting up nice and tall. You can bring your hands on your knees or in your lap. Close your eyes just for a moment. Let's take a few breaths, becoming present on our mat, letting go of all you have going on, all of your to-do lists, and just be present for the next 30, 40 minutes. Take a deep breath in. Big exhale. Empty out that exhale. Deep breath in. Completely empty that exhale. One more time, deep breath in. And completely exhale. Bring your hands into your lap. We're going to bring our head over towards our right shoulder. We're not scrunching our shoulder towards our ear. We just want to bring the ear towards the shoulder. And once you can't bring it down anymore without straining, we're going to shake our head yes, very gently and very slowly. And then come back up through center. Drop that head over towards the left shoulder. Slowly shake your head yes. Come back up through center. Look over your right shoulder. Don't strain your neck. It's not a competition to see who can get their neck the furthest. Come back through center and look over your left shoulder. Back through center. Let's walk it out in front. If your forehead cannot reach the mat, make sure you keep your neck in line with your spine. Don't let that head hang. Take a breath. Make sure both sits bones are on the mat. One more breath. And come on up. Bringing our arms over our head. Stretch those arms over your head and let's grab like we're climbing up a mountain using a rope, pulling ourselves up, getting a nice side stretch. Breathing. And reach those arms overhead. And we're going to bring the left hand to the right knee, right hand comes behind. Sitting up nice and tall, twisting over to the right. Take a breath. Reach those arms overhead. Deep breath in. Exhale, twist it over to the left. Right hand comes to the left knee. Left hand comes behind. Looking over that shoulder. Take a breath. And let's switch. Put whatever leg you had in front in back. And let's walk it out front. One more time. Keeping the neck in line with the spine. Both sits bones on the mat. Take a breath. And slowly walk back up. We're going to interlace our hands like so. Bring your hands behind your head. And you're going to open your chest, pushing back with your head, opening those elbows. Shoulder blades come together. Big inhale, exhale, round it in, chin to chest as you exhale. Open those elbows, shoulder blades come together. Inhale, exhale, round it through. Open those elbows, shoulder blades touch. Inhale, exhale, round it through. Keeping those elbows up, we're going to tip the right elbow over to the right, left elbow comes to the sky. Do not let your sits bones come off the mat. Take a breath. Coming back up through center, tip the left elbow towards the left, right elbow comes towards the sky. Do not let your sits bones come off the mat. Coming back up, we're going to interlace the fingers in steeple grip this time. So just like you're interlacing your hands and then your 2 pointer fingers come out together. Bringing your arms over your head without squeezing your shoulders up towards your ears. Keep a nice wide distance, shoulders down. We're going to draw a circle on the ceiling with our fingers. Doesn't have to be a big circle. It can be if you'd like, but keep your trunk in place. Your trunk being your bottom half. Keep it still, keep it on the mat. Now reverse your circle. And coming back up, releasing those hands. Let's take a couple shoulder rolls. Reverse. Stretching those wrists out, grab those 4 fingers, pull them under. Take a breath. Other way. Take a breath. Grab the left hand, pull those 4 fingers under. Excuse me. Take a breath. Pull them the opposite way. Take a breath. Do a couple wrist rolls. And the other way. And let's go ahead and lay down very gently. Bringing our feet facing the sky. Bring your hands up to mirror your feet. And we're going to point our toes and point our hands. Flex our hands, flex our feet. Point and flex. Point and flex. Point and flex. And now roll your ankles and your wrists one way and then the other. And feet can come down. Crossing your right leg over your left. We're going to grab behind that left thigh and pull our legs in towards us. This is a reclined pigeon pose, a great hip opener. Take a deep breath in, exhale, and lower it down. Crossing the left leg over the right, lifting that right leg up parallel to the sky. Wrap those hands around the back of that right thigh and pull those legs in towards your chest. If you feel any kind of strain, please release a little bit. You should not feel straining, you should feel stretching. Take a breath. And release. Keeping the right leg bent, bring the left leg up towards the sky. You can bring your hands behind your shin or behind your thigh and pull it in towards your chest. Keeping that leg straight. Again, you should not feel any straining, just stretching. And lower it down, keeping that left leg bent. Right leg reaches up. Grab behind the thigh or behind the shin and pull it in towards your chest. And take a breath. And lower it down. Crisscross at your ankles. Grab those big toes and we're going to rock and roll. So I pull back just a little bit, and then I use my core to give me momentum. If this is too much, just meet us in a comfortable seat. One more time. You should get a nice massage on your back. Let's come into tabletop position. Knees are under hips. Hands are under your shoulders. Widen those fingers as much as you can. Tightening your core. Nice long straight spine. We're going to bring that right leg out and left arm out. point your toes and really act as if somebody's pulling your toes and somebody's pulling your hand in the opposite direction. Keeping that core nice and tight. One more breath. And we're going to drop that right leg down. And I'm going to start walking my hands over towards the middle of my mat. As I do that, I'm going to turn on my bent leg. And I'm going to straighten out my right leg long as I come up into gate pose. You can use a block here if you'd like. You don't need it, but you can if you need a little bit more height. Or you can just come onto your fingertips and stretch that right arm over your right ear, keeping your chest nice and open. And then if you'd like to lift from your quad, keeping that leg, foot flexed, we're lifting that up. And to take it one step further, bring knee to elbow, stretch it out. Knee to elbow, stretch it out. Knee to elbow, stretch it out. Lower down, come back up to your gate pose. And we're gonna walk that right hand down that long leg and stretch that left arm over left ear. We're gonna walk our hands out through the center. And you can heel toe that long leg out if you like, coming down to your forearms. Take a breath. One more breath. And walking those hands back up. We're gonna come back to our tabletop. Nice neutral tabletop, tighten your core, widen those fingers. Left leg comes out, right arm comes out, tighten that core, square those hips, point the toes, and act as somebody's pulling you from both ends. Take a few breaths. And I'm going to slowly lower that leg, walking my hands over to the other side of my mat as I turn my bent leg. Now my left leg is out long. I'm facing the left side of my mat. Arms come out to your gate pose, and fingertips come to the mat. Stretching that left arm over your left ear. There should be a nice long line from your fingers to your toes. To take it one step further, we can flatten that hand, lift up on that long leg, flexing the foot, lifting from our quad, and knee to elbow. Stretch it out. Knee to elbow, stretch it out. Knee to elbow, stretch it out. Lower it down. Make sure you're breathing. Come back up through center, and let's stretch it over to the other side. Right arm comes over right ear. You should feel a really good side stretch here. And we're gonna walk it out right in front, and you can also heel toe that left leg open a little bit more. And take a few breaths. Let's slowly walk it back up, turning back into our tabletop. Hands walk a little out. We're gonna bend and curl those toes, coming into our first downward dog. Pedaling those feet, feeling how tight the backs of those legs are. Breathing. Wow, it's such a difference from the time we begin to the time we end with how much limber our body is. We're going to tuck that tailbone up towards the sky, come up on those tippy toes, sink your heels down towards the mat. So breathe in, rise up. Exhale, lower those heels. One more time, breathe in to rise up. Exhale, lower down. We're gonna slowly step up to the front. One hand behind the right hand. 1 foot behind the right hand, 1 foot behind the left hand. Coming into forward fold. Activating those glutes and quads. Tighten the core. Bring a little bit more weight into the balls of your feet. Take a breath. And bend those knees slightly, slowly rolling up, 1 vertebrae at a time. Breathing in, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. We're going to step the left foot back. You can heel toe or wiggle it back if you need. Coming into high lunge. Deep breath in. Exhale, straighten that front leg, hands come to your heart. Bend that knee, breathe in. Exhale, straighten, hands come to your heart. Breathe in, straighten. Exhale, hands come to your heart. And bend that front leg, turn on that back leg. Coming into your warrior two. Arms come out, breathe in, flip that front palm, reach it over. Exhale, exalted warrior, looking up towards the sky. Coming back through, straightening that front leg, turning your front foot so both feet are now facing the left side of your mat. We're going to interlace our hands behind our backs, opening that chest, and we're going to have a small bend in both knees, and we're going to reach with our chest, coming forward. Head comes towards the ground. Let those arms fall towards the ground so that you feel your shoulders and your chest opening up. And release the hands gently. Bring them to the mat. Come up to your halfway lift. Nice flat back. And we're going to bend the right leg. And then bend the left. Bending the right, bending the left. Just kind of make it a fluid movement. You can start to bring your upper body into it. Letting go. Feeling the flow. And straighten both legs. We're going to slowly begin to rise. Hands come to your hips. We're going to turn so that we're coming into warrior two, facing the back of our mat now. Breathe in, reach front. Exhale, tip it back. Exalted warrior. Coming back through. Place your hand on that leg. Right arm reaches over. You can also bring your fingertips to the ground on the inside of that foot and open up. You can also do half of a bind, or you can do a full bind if that's in your practice. Breathing. And release. We're going to come back up to our warrior two. Straighten the front leg, turn it facing the left side again. Leading with our chest. Hands come down to the ground. Halfway lift, flat back. Forward fold. Hands come through the legs. Head comes towards the mat. Take a few breaths and slowly walk those hands back up. Rise on up. Turn that front foot. We're going to turn the back foot onto the ball of that foot, coming back to our high lunge. Take a breath. Hands to heart. Frame that front foot. We're going to open our chest. Fingertips are in line with that ankle, so open the chest. And then we're going to straighten, bring knee to nose. Back heel sinks down. Come back through, open that chest. Straighten the front leg, back heel sinks down, knee to nose. Coming back through, hands come to the mat. Come into your first plank. Let's take a vinyasa. You can either drop your knees down or do a full chaturanga. Breathing in, coming forward. Exhale, elbows in at your side. Flip those feet, open it up to upward facing dog. Bending our knees, curling our toes, coming into a downward dog. Pedal those feet out. Breathing. Roll through your back, coming into a plank. And come back to downward dog. Roll through, coming into your plank, coming back to your downward dog. One more time, roll through, coming back to your downward dog. Hop up on those tippy toes and walk with your heels on to the top of your mat. Coming into your forward fold. Activate those thighs, tighten the core, lifting tailbone up towards the sky, bringing the weight into the balls of your feet. Take a moment. If you want to sway it out, go for it. Take a breath. And let's slowly bend those knees and rise on up. Breathing in. Arms overhead, exhale, hands to heart. This time, we're going to bring our right foot back, coming into our high lunge, adjusting however you need, pushing back with that back heel. Arms come overhead. Deep breath in, exhale, hands come to heart, straighten that front leg. This is not easy. Breathing in, arms overhead. Exhale, straighten, hands to heart. One more time. Breathing in. Exhale, straighten. And bend that front knee. We're going to turn. Coming into our warrior two. Arms come out. Breathing in, reach front. Exhale, exalted warrior. Keep the bend in that front leg. Bringing the hand to that back thigh. Coming back through. Straightening on that front leg. Turning. So now I'm in a wide-legged stance. Let's heel, toe our stance so it's a little bit shorter. Tailbone tucks under. Coming into goddess pose. Arms come up, cactus arms. Take a breath. If you slowly want to kind of go side to side, just swaying, feeling it in those thighs. Keep those arms active. And let's straighten those legs out. Hands can come down. Widen that stance. Small turn out in both feet. We're going to bend the back leg. So the right leg is now facing the back of your mat. Coming into warrior two. Flip that front palm, reach front. Exhale, exalted warrior. Looking up towards the sky. Take a breath. Coming back down. Straightening the front leg. Both feet facing the right side of our mat now. Hands come to our hips. We're going to lead with our chest. You can have a small bend in both knees. Fingertips come down to the ground. And let's sway it out. One more time. Letting your body just get into it. Don't worry about what you look like. And straightening both legs, halfway lift, forward fold, halfway lift, bring the right hand to the center. We're gonna twist open with the left arm towards the sky, breathing. And replace the right hand with the left, bringing it to the middle. Right arm comes towards the sky, twist it open. Take a breath. Both hands come down now. Hands come to your hips. Slowly begin to rise. Bending on that front leg. We're going to turn, coming back to our high lunge. Hands come to heart. Frame that front foot. Open that chest, fingertips in line with your ankle. And come back, straighten that leg, knee to nose, back heel sinks down. Breathe in, open that chest, coming back to your lunge. Exhale, straighten that front leg, knee to nose. One more time. Open that chest, breathe in. Exhale, straighten, knee to nose. Listen carefully. I'm going to bring both feet closer together, maybe about 2 feet apart. Coming into pyramid pose. You can keep your fingertips on the ground. You can also utilize your blocks here to give you a little bit more height. Or if you want to interlace your hands behind your back and bring knee to nose. Really utilizing both feet, using all 4 corners of both feet. Breathing and release. Let's do revolve triangle. You can bring your block to the outside of that foot or the inside. We're going to slowly open it up, bending from the waist. Breathing. And slowly coming back to center. Bending on that front leg. Hands come in front. Standing split. And step it up. We're going to bring the left foot back about 2 feet. Instead of that foot turning to the side, it's kind of halfway. So it's facing a little to the back, a little to the front. It's got a very small turnout. Front foot is facing forward now. Coming into our pyramid pose on the right side. Again, you can use your fingertips here, bringing knee to nose, keeping that front leg straight. You can also utilize your blocks in pyramid to give you a little bit more height. Or if you want to interlace those hands behind your back and bring knee to nose. Breathe wherever you are. This is a really deep stretch in that front thigh. Slowly release. Bring hands down on either side of that front foot Again, we're going to do revolved triangle, so if you have a block, you can place it on the outside or inside, or you can place your fingertips on the outside or inside of that foot. And we're going to slowly begin to twist open from the waist, breathing. Slowly turning back to the front, bending on that front leg, hands come in front of that foot, come into your standing split. And step it up. Slowly roll it up one vertebrae at a time. Arms overhead, breathe in, exhale, hands to heart. Let's do a little bit of a balanced pose. Left foot, we're gonna really utilize all four corners. So you're almost suctioning that foot onto your mat. You should really feel your arch come alive. Standing up nice and tall, bringing that right foot up into flamingo. You can have your hands on your heart. We're gonna slowly bring that left hand on the outside of that right leg that's bent. And we're gonna twist it open. So the right hand now comes behind our body. We're twisting our upper body to eventually be able to look over that thumb that's behind us. You might start to wobble. That's okay. Don't freak out. Find your focus. Take a few breaths. And let's slowly release. Let's take it to the other side. So right foot, we're suctioning it onto the mat. We're really widening all of those toes and pressing them down on the mat. Standing up nice and tall. Be aware of your core. So you don't have to tighten the core, like, just be aware of it. So keep it slightly tight. It's not like a real tensing of the muscles. You just want to be aware that it's there and keep it strong. Hands can come to your heart. Left knee comes up this time. We're going to slowly bring that right hand on the outside of that left leg and open up that left arm behind us. Slowly turning our upper body so eventually we can look over that thumb. Wherever you are, focus and breathe. You can look over to the left side, or if you want to continue and see if you can look over at that thumb, be my guest. Take a few breaths. And let's slowly release. Shake it out. Let's breathe in. Exhale, swan dive it down. Forward fold. Halfway lift, long spine. Pulling with the crown of that head. Breathe in, forward fold. Exhale, hands come to the mat. Come right into your downward dog. Breathe, walk it out. Tuck that tailbone up towards the sky. You're going to take a deep breath in, bring the right leg, three-legged dog. Exhale, step it up, really giving yourself some height, coming through center. Step that foot up between those hands. If you need to help it up a little bit, go for it. Lower down on that back leg. Opening that chest. Coming into runner's lunge. Keeping the height. We don't want to sink back. Keep the height. Keep your spine long. Come back to your low lunge. If you have blocks, keep them around. Keep them handy because we're going to go right into our splits. Come into your runner's lunge. Breathe. Come right back to your low lunge. Sink into that front hip and breathe. One more time. Coming into neutral. You can have a block or two on either side, or use one if you're at a place where you can land on it. We're going to inch back with the back leg and push forward with the front, sitting up nice and tall wherever you are. Front foot is flexed. And to come out, I'm going to bend the lower half of my back leg. I'm going to bring both hands to the left side of my mat, and I'm going to bring that knee in, then my toes, then my knee, then my toes. Coming into your tabletop, put that block to the side. If you don't have a block, it's okay, you don't need it. You're going to use your fingertips. Come right into your downward dog. Walk it out. Breathing. Tip that tailbone up towards the sky. On your next breath in, left leg comes high. Breathing in, and then exhale, step it up to the front, giving yourself that height. Lower down on that back leg, flatten that foot. Open that chest, sinking into that front hip. Take a breath. Coming back to your runner's lunge, straighten that front leg. Flex that foot. Keep the height. I'd rather you have a small bend in that left leg than sink back. Coming forward. Take a breath. Sink into that front hip. Come on back. Runner's lunge. Coming into neutral. If you have a block, go ahead and either bring it to either side, or it can be something you land on, or you don't need it at all. Inch back on that back foot, flatten that foot, and we're gonna slide that heel towards the front, flexing that foot, sitting up nice and tall. Breathing. I'm going to bring both hands to the right side. I'm going to bring that lower part of my back leg in. I'm going to rise up and I'm going to bring that knee in, then my toes, then my knee, then my toes, until both knees can come together. And I'm back in my tabletop position. I'm going to swing those legs around. And now we're going to do some core work. All right. I told you I was going to keep it short and sweet, but we can't skip the core. All right. So let's slowly lay back. Bring both legs up. Cross your right leg over your left. So you can keep it like this. Or if you're able to wrap it around one more time, go for it. Keeping the knees over the hips. So you don't want them to come in. You want to keep them either in line or behind the hips. Bringing our arms into eagle arms. Bring your left arm under your right. So you're going to crisscross. Left arm comes under. And maybe you bring both palms together. If that's not an option, bring both forearms together. From here, we're going to reach our hands over towards the back of our mat and our feet towards the front of our mat. And then we're going to bring them in towards each other. They do not need to touch. We're going to stretch them out towards the top and bottom of our mat and then bring them in. Stretch it out, bring it in. Stretch it out, bring it in. Stretch it out, bring it in. Keep going. Unravel. And let's take it to the other side. Left leg wraps around or just crosses over. Knees stay below the hips. Arms come up, right arm comes under this time. Or maybe you just bring your forearms together. Wherever your body is, there's always a modification. We're going to stretch the hands towards the top of our mat, feet towards the bottom, then bring them in. Keep going. Come on. One more. Unravel. Good morning stretch. Woo! Are your abs on fire? Because mine certainly are. Stretch your right arm and your right foot really long. Super long, like somebody's pulling you from both at the same time. And then do the same thing with the left. And we're going to turn onto our side. Bring your elbow under your shoulder. Straighten out both legs. You know what's coming. You can also use a kickstand if you're not at a place where you can do side plank. All we're going to do is bring that hand to our hip, take a deep breath in, and lift. And hold it for 3, 2, 1. Lower it down. Now we take it to the other side. Bring that elbow under that shoulder. Lengthen that side body. Feet come together. Bring that right hand to your hip. We're going to take a deep breath in and lift. For 3, 2, 1, and lower. Now, we're going to lay back. Bring those knees in. Arms come over the head. Knees are in line with your hips again. Breathing in, exhale. So we're going to reach our right arm and our left leg out and bring them in. Then the opposite. Right leg, left arm come out. My upper back is off of the mat. Slow and controlled. This is not a quick moving core exercise. And my legs are not touching the ground. Both arms and legs stay suspended. Make sure you're not holding your breath. And 3, 2, 1. Hug those knees in to your chest. Take a big breath and just say, thank you, that is over. Go ahead and bring your knees together. Make a little circle. Just massage that lower back. Reverse. Then we're going to open the knees. Keep the feet together, the toes touching. And we're going to make circles. Open them up. Bring them in together. Open them up. Bring them in together. Now reverse it. Legs come up. Last thing. Open those legs up. And shut up. Open those legs up and shut them. Open them up and shut them. All right. Come on into your corpse pose, aka Savasana, aka dead man's pose. I want you to get nice and cozy and comfortable. If you need to fidget around to find your comfortable spot, go for it. Releasing any tension in your body. We usually hold tension in our glutes. We hold tension in our jaw, in our face. So let everything relax. Become super heavy on your mat and just sink into the ground. Close your eyes. And I want you to take a deep breath in, long breath in. And a nice slow exhale. Continue on, breathing like that, just for a few moments. If you want a longer corpse pose, go ahead and pause the video now. Deep breath in, long exhale. Keep going on your own. Go ahead and wiggle your toes and your fingers, bringing movement back to the body. We're going to gently lift the right arm overhead, bend the left leg, bring that foot flat to the mat, and turn to your right side. Using that left hand as a kickstand, you can bend both knees in. Use that right arm as a pillow, coming into fetal pose. Just take a moment, close your eyes, and feel the comfort. Doing yoga is one of the best forms of self-love. So just know, even if you don't feel like you love yourself, you do. You showed up for yourself today on the mat. You did something good for your body. So you do love yourself. Maybe not every day, maybe not all the time, maybe not in the way you want to, but just by showing yourself this care, by showing up on your mat, that's love. Let's slowly begin to rise up. Coming into a comfortable seat, feel free to sit up on a block, if you so please. And crisscross applesauce, or maybe half lotus, or one leg over the other. Whatever is a nice comfortable seat for you, just make sure you're sitting up nice and tall, shoulders down away from your ears, nice long straight spine. We're gonna do 2 ohms, which is just a way of chanting, and it just kind of centers your body. It's good for the endocrine system. It's good for 3 out of 7 chakras. And it just, you can feel your body relax. So if you're new here and you're wondering why we're doing that, those are just a few reasons. So let's close your eyes. Hands can be in your lap or at your heart center. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath in. Give yourself a smile. Gently open those eyes. If your hands are not already at your heart center, bring them up now. Thank you guys so much for joining me for for day 20 of my love series. We're gonna finish out the rest of this month. I think I like the shortened version, so I'm gonna try to keep it that way for the rest of the month, kind of to prepare me for miscellaneous March, because I will be doing shorter videos of all types, so that whatever mood you're in, you can choose a video for that day. And yeah, I'll post a different one every day. So those will be shorter time periods. Some will be longer if they're more intensive, you know, like a calorie burning yoga, that kind of thing. But for the most part, on average, they'll be between 20 and 30 minutes. So thank you guys again. I hope to see you for tomorrow, day 21. Namaste. I hope this was short. Bye, guys.